Hello, I'm Sophie Robner from the American Chemical Society. Welcome to this media briefing from ACS Fall 2022. Many people with dietary allergies only experience mild symptoms when exposed to triggering foods, but some people face potentially fatal consequences. A compound called butyrate that's made by healthy bacteria in the gut has shown promise against allergic reactions in lab tests, but it's nasty to take orally. Now, scientists at the ACS meeting are describing a more palatable way to deliver this compound. They report that their polymeric micelles can reverse peanut allergies in mice. If the treatment also works in people, it could someday be used to counteract many other types of food allergies, as well as inflammatory diseases. To give us more insight on this work, we're joined by Dr. Jeffrey Hubble and Dr. Shujia Kao from the University of Chicago. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you. We're glad to be here.
First, I'd like to ask, what problem were you trying to solve with this research?
The prevalence of food allergies and several other chronic inflammatory diseases has increased dramatically over the past few decades. Many of these have been linked to a lack of a healthy microbiome. Instead of providing the missing bugs to the patient orally or with the fecal transplant, we thought, why don't we just deliver the metabolites like butyrate that a healthy microbiome produces? However, the butyrate has a very bad smell and would be digested before reaching its destination in the lower gut where we need it. Thus, Shujia Kao and Ruyi Wang, a graduate student in my laboratory previously, together with Kathy Nagler, a professor at the University of Chicago, have designed a new delivery system to tackle these problems.
So how did you investigate this?
So to overcome those challenges in delivering butyrate, we made copolymers that have one block made of methacrylamide conjugated with a butyrate group as a side chain, and the other block made of either methacrylic acid or hydroxypropyl methacrylamide. The resulting polymer self-assembled into polymeric micelles, and that tucked the butyrate side chains in their core and masked the compound's foul smell and taste. We administered these micelles to the digestive systems of mice lacking either healthy gut bacteria or a properly functioning gut lining, and we investigated their functions on modulating gut health.
And what did you learn? What did you find out?
So the micelle treatment we dosed in mice restored their gut protective barrier and microbiome. And most importantly, dosing allergic mice with the micelles prevented a life-threatening anaphylactic response when they are exposed to peanuts.
What will you do next to further develop this food allergy treatment?
Next up are trials in large animals where we will perform toxicity studies, pharmacokinetic studies, and some more efficacy studies.
And would FDA approval be needed?
Yes, we aim to use these butyrate-containing micelles as therapeutic drugs to treat diseases such as food allergies, as well as chronic inflammatory diseases. So we're well on the way moving down the path for FDA approval process.
And if they are approved, how would people take them?
The micelles could be marketed in small packets. Patients would tear open a packet, stir the contents into a glass of water or juice, and just drink.
What applications could your micelles have beyond peanut allergies?
So in other work with the micelles, we have also done preclinical models on treating inflammatory bowel diseases, and we are analyzing data on their efficacy.
And for those treatments, would that also be taken orally?
Yes, for treating inflammatory bowel diseases, oral administration would still be most clinically relevant and translatable. However, we are also investigating administration via injection, such as subcutaneous injection for other applications.
And what sort of applications might those involve?
We have shown that this method allows the micelles and their butyrate cargo to accumulate in lymph nodes, which are important part of the immune system. It would be used to suppress immune activation locally rather than throughout of the body. For example, injections could be helpful in patients who have had an organ transplant or who have localized autoimmune and inflammatory conditions, such as rheumatoid arthritis.
So in closing, what do you want viewers to take away from your talk?
Our strategy was inspired by the protective effects from healthy microbiome. It is not antigen specific, so in principle, it can be broadly applied to any food allergies through the modulation of gut health.
Moreover, the same delivery system for microbial metabolites may be useful in other inflammatory diseases of the gut, which we're also actively pursuing.
Thank you, Jeff and Shijie, for sharing your research with us.
Thank you, Sophie.
Thank you, Sophie.
Be sure to check out our other media briefings for ACS Fall 2022, which will be posted throughout the meeting at www.acs.org/ACS Fall 2022 briefings.